Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. Your creative Old School Gaming here, and welcome back to another Wild Wednesday. Now this is definitely a popular one, because I've sometimes heard about Ash's Coma, which if you don't know, Ash is the main protagonist of Pokemon. At least until recently, apparently winning a tournament made him retire or something. Let him grow up, or I don't know what in the hell. I'm still going through the original Johto journeys, and fun. Yeah, but anyway. So apparently Ash is in a coma from the beginning, or no. There's like it's the episode 1 incident where like he gets chased by all the Spearow. And Pikachu gets struck by lightning, and the shockwave sends them both into a coma or maybe just Ash, or I don't know. I guess we're here for the original video is 9 minutes. So I don't know how long my commentary on top of the video is going to be, but well, let's find out. So yeah, it's the Pokemon Theory Ash's Coma by ProtoMario. Should be interesting.
Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I'm ProtoMario, and today's video is going to be on the Ash Coma Theory. A couple people requested this on my Giovanni Saves the World theory, and the Eradicate is Dead theory. So let me go ahead and give you just a slight backstory. If you really want to read up on it, just Google Ash's Coma Theory. It'll come right up. It's a long read, so make sure you have like 30 to 40 minutes if you're not fast at reading.
Well, for me, I'd prefer to go in a video format. I'm sure there's plenty other videos, but yours is probably a little more compact, so to speak. And well, it's already 9 plus minutes, so, well, at least yours is, and then add on my commentary, yada yada. But your other theories, like, Eradicate is dead. I did that with, who was it? Factor. But Factor just kind of ended the theory, didn't go into more detail. I don't know. Maybe I'll look at yours, maybe not, because I kind of already did that, but then again, given how your theories usually go, you go into a lot more detail. And as for Giovanni Saves the World theory, maybe I should do that one next time, since that's the one on my mind right now. Well, then again, you did mention it, so, yeah, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, so, like I said, I'm not going to go over all of the different theories and points and everything. So, yeah, that would definitely take a while, especially going over because I can speed read pretty well, but it's just, like, if I'm trying to read something for the camera, I can't speed read. I actually did that a few times in Morrowind, where hold on, I have to go back and let me try this again. Well, then again with Morrowind, I didn't really read too much. I did read a few things, but yeah, I'm getting off track. Back to the theory.
Yeah, there's videos too if you just don't like to read or you're blind. Whatever, brow, cool. Anyways, on to Ash's Coma Theory. Ash is the protagonist of the cartoon anime Pokemon, and started his adventure out when he was pretty young. And again, age doesn't really matter, it just, you have to note that he's young. So Ash was young when he started his journey out, and he got Pikachu as his first Pokemon. Now, the thing that ties this theory together is that Ash was struck by lightning in the first episode and went into a coma.
Right, yes, that was a very iconic first episode, and definitely, that entire episode just really stuck to my mind. Of course, it was, well, television was definitely an escape from certain things, but I'm not getting into that. So, yeah. Like I was saying earlier, Ash gets struck by lightning in the first episode, and then apparently everything that happens after is just a dream. Okay, well, I don't know about that. I mean, people often get struck by lightning, and sometimes they meet their maker, and other times they survive and get to live a whole fulfilling life. Maybe a little physical therapy afterward to get certain muscles working again, because, I mean, the body is essentially one giant electric circuit, but too much electricity, like from a lightning bolt, definitely starts screwing with certain pathways, and you have to go through certain therapy to get everything to work right again. Anyway, look, I'm getting off topic. Again, I'm barely a minute into yours. Oh boy. Yeah, back to you before I continue rambling on about basically nothing.
Now, let me begin to explain a few things that would kind of strip this theory out of its actual validity. Firstly, let's start by stating that Ash was electrocuted multiple times before he was actually struck by serious lightning. As soon as he got Pikachu, he grabbed it and was electrocuted immediately. Now, assuming that it is a light amount of voltage, the human body can only take a certain amount of volts before it dies. It's just there. Anything above 220 or 480 really causes a problem for the human body. And that is where this theory kind of falls apart, you know.
I don't know what in the hell is going on with some of these images, but I will say, I definitely see what you're saying. Because, I mean, well, you said it a different way, I said it one way. But, yeah, the human body can take a certain amount of electricity before keeling over, but there are some, like I said, there are some rare cases of people surviving lethal amounts of electricity. And hell, even like police tasers use electricity, but they use a certain amount in a certain way to disrupt the body's rhythm, so to speak. But yeah, that's that would be a conversation for another day. Yeah, and that is interesting that you brought up the point of Ash getting electrocuted a handful of times before getting struck by lightning, because, yeah, he picks up Pikachu, gets electrocuted. I think he actually gets electrocuted twice in the lab, then once just outside the lab, and then, like, he uses, like, rubber gloves to, like, haul Pikachu away by a clothes string, of all things. And he doesn't get electrocuted again until... Or does he? I don't think he actually gets electrocuted again until the lightning strike. At least in that first episode. Like I said, I remember it quite well, but there are certain little details that maybe it's just, okay, yeah, Ash got electrocuted, but then again, that happens so much, especially throughout the Indigo League, that really it's just, is it still relevant? Like, how many times is he really going to get shocked? There was a lot, and it kind of just, like, blurs together. It's a, what's the term I'm looking for? It's a gag, like a replayable gag that they keep up over and over again as Ash constantly gets electrocuted, so how many times he actually gets electrocuted is kind of just a lost number, even in the first episode.
Because if you get shocked a certain amount of times, it's gonna kill you. And if you are continuously shocked, that's what's gonna kill you. So it's not as if Pikachu just shocked him and he hopped away like it was nothing. He held it there for a minute. So again, it's not the volts that'll kill you, it's amps. So it's a good question on how many amps a Pikachu can produce, but I'd be willing to say a lot if it can knock out huge Pokemon like Onix. Even though it's supercharged, I mean, it's a ground type Pokemon and it ends up knocking it out in the enemy.
Hang on. Do you mean Geodude? Because it was Brock's Geodude that got essentially somehow fried. As for Onix, it wasn't the electricity that got Onix. It was Pikachu's electricity setting off the fire sprinklers that essentially weakened Onix, sort of. Honestly, that electricity shouldn't have worked, period, whether Pikachu is supercharged or not, because they are ground types. In other words, immune to electricity. So no matter how supercharged electricity may be, it's going to ground out. Right? But, yeah. But then again, Ash was able to do that because of the power of main character. Yeah, so because, like I was saying, when the police use tasers, they are specifically engineered to disable someone, not harm. Well, they can be harmed if they fall to the ground hard enough, but then again, that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, I don't know. Is there any kind of official like how much power does a Pikachu actually produce? But then again, it would vary from Pikachu to Pikachu, and especially depending on how many was it carbos? Because or wait. I don't know, like, something you, one of the things you can give to your Pokemon to give them a little extra power, I want to say it's Carbos, or is it something, I don't know. It's one of the things that can boost their stats a little bit, and that can also probably affect the different Pikachu, so there's probably not, like, one volt or amperage. It's not one amperage fits all Pikachu. It's just, okay, this Pikachu produces this much, this one produces this much, this one produces this much, and then Raichu would produce significantly more.
But let's go ahead and continue on with this. Basically, lethal current is about 20 milliamperes. So 1,000,000 volts would kill you, but about 0.00001 amperes wouldn't kill you. On the other hand, 20 volts at 1 ampere would kill you. You understand electricity, but I'm getting way too technical with the electricity here.
Yeah. To be completely honest, my eyes just kind of glossed over at that. I mean, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, like, let's get back into, like, how exactly, like, what exactly is the proof that Ash is in a coma this entire time? Yeah, that would be more interesting. I mean, we're only about a little over a third of the way through your video, so hopefully the other 2/3 will actually cover the theory.
That's just point number 1. If he got shocked by Pikachu in the beginning, he'd probably be dead from Pikachu. It's not going to be the lightning bolt that came from the sky that electrocutes him. It's Pikachu when he picks him up. So the second thing that a lot of people say is that he saw Ho-Oh. The second episode, he saw Ho-Oh. And Ho-Oh makes people go into comas. Okay, well, I can't really dispute that, other than the fact that there's no evidence to prove that Ho-Oh has ever put anyone else into a coma.
Whoa, hold on. Ho-Oh puts people in the coma. Since when? Because I've heard about the theory about Ash's coma, but, like, specifically Ho-Oh putting everyone that sees it into a coma. What? How did that even start? Or is it some kind of epidemic, or yeah, well, okay. That is kind of ridiculous. You think people would want to like, if Ho-Oh actually did put people into a coma, you think it'd be like everyone would track down every single Ho-Oh in the world, because maybe their family member went into a coma, and they like start putting teams together of other people, kind of like everyone in the Demon Slayer Corps. Just, oh hey, everyone there has had their life ruined by a demon in some way. Some people's backstories are a lot worse. God damn. Yeah, but like with the Demon Slayer Corps, yeah, there's a whole bunch. Everyone who joins was affected by a demon in some way. And if Ho-Oh actually did put everyone that sees it into a coma, then there'd be like teams of the loved ones of the victims just going out and hunting down every Ho-Oh to either capture it inside a Pokeball and make sure it never gets out, or to, well, eliminate it. Because it's all about survival, and hey, if this thing's essentially destroying us, we need to destroy it in order to survive. Yeah. Wow. That is... maybe that's another theory for another day, but then again, there wouldn't be... I don't think there would really be any evidence to it, given that Ho-Oh never shows up. At least as far as I know. At least never to the point where Ash can actually interact with it. Like I said, as far as I know.
Ho-Oh has made several appearances in Pokemon and in the game itself. The appearance of Ho-Oh in the game, the trainer catches it, but Ho-Oh has not ever really put anyone to sleep in the show or in the game. In fact, when people saw it fly away from the tower, that's when legends appeared, and it only comes down to see a trainer pure of heart.
Right. I do remember watching that episode in the anime a while back, but yeah, it's like all the bells were ringing, which normally would have been a sign of Ho-Oh returning, but it was actually Team Rocket stealing all the bells, and like all the different wild Pokemon just like captured Team Rocket and like essentially hung them out to dry. And Ash was trying to meet Ho-Oh because he figured, hey, he's pure of heart, which, yeah, he probably is, but then again, truly pure of heart? I mean, as many times as he's fought with Misty, I mean, maybe at first the fighting with Misty was more like antagonistic, just, oh, shut up. And later it became more of a friendly, oh, come on, just shut up already. Kind of like that, but yeah, I digress. That's yet another conversation for yet another day. Back to the theory.
So again, I'm not doubting that Ash isn't pure of heart. He's a retard. He can't do nothing. But maybe he is pure of heart, so that's all right. Again, retarded Ash. Cool. I can't say that Ho-Oh didn't put him in a coma, but I can say that Ho-Oh hasn't put anyone else into a coma, which doesn't necessarily disprove that theory, but again, that theory isn't proven. So, you know, there's that. The theory discusses that Ash doesn't ever want to come out of the coma, and that he stays in the coma because he enjoys that fake world and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can definitely see wanting to stay, like, in a fantasy world where, like, everything, well, almost everything goes right. Team Rocket's a constant thorn. But, yeah, Ash wanting to stay in a fantasy world, spending time with friends, making new friends, and just being happy. I could definitely see that. And you've got 3 minutes left to, well, I guess, say your piece, because you're kind of, like, saying that the theory is false? Maybe. Honestly, I would like to think it's false, because, you know, it's like, can Ash really just come up with all these new Pokemon and new regions all by himself, just in his mind, or would it just be, like, an endless loop repeating of the same area that he already knows? Because, I mean, hell, even his room has, like, a whole bunch of Pokemon stuff all around. And, like, because he has, like, well, a Voltorb alarm clock and a Snorlax pillow. He has a handful of statues, like, little figurines on his shelf. But, yeah, so, like, Or maybe, no, I was thinking maybe it's, like, kind of a dream. Because, like, in a dream you can experience a lot of time passing, and then you wake up and only a few hours have passed. Kind of like that. Maybe. I don't know, let's, well, like I said, you got barely 3 minutes left, so I'll let you go on to what you had to say, and then maybe I'll add some more based on what you said.
Which, again, might be true, but it's kind of bothersome to think that way, because he has lost his Pokemon several times, and he's had to give up Pokemon several times that he has not wanted to give up, but had to, due to some reason or another. Again, he's just a really crappy Pokemon trainer, so he just gives away his Pokemon all the time.
Okay, I see what you're saying, like, he, like, captures Pokemon, then, like, the fully evolved ones, he, like, just, like, gives away and gives up and never sees again. Except, in filler, like, yeah, but anyway, that is interesting, so is it along the lines of, like, whenever he, like, gives up a Pokemon, he's, like, giving up a part of himself and moving closer towards the final door or something? Huh. Okay, I'm kind of following where things are going, but yeah, let's keep going and see just how far down the rabbit hole this theory goes.
But he doesn't always lose and he doesn't always win. A sure sign that he's not controlling his Coma very well, because if he was controlling it, he'd be an all-star Pokemon trainer who could never lose. Again, just throwing out speculations here. Do I think Ash is in a coma? Honestly, no. But I have had my questions about a couple things in Pokemon. Like, for example, what do they eat? Again, I've never seen a factory in the Pokemon. I've seen the factory town, but that's just one town. So, I guess I've seen a factory, but I really haven't.
Okay, hold on a second. Before you get too much further, what they eat donuts! Thanks for kids. Oh, God. Nah. Okay, so, like, the anime is not slice of life. It's fantasy action. Kinda. Yeah. That's more or less what I would call a genre. It's fantasy action, not slice of life. in slice of life, yes, they, will often sit down and eat, and now even in non-slice of life, they sit down and eat, like with those donuts. Let's not get into that. And anyway, the point I'm making is, yes, they do eat, and we do often see them, like, either, like, going towards a meal, or, well, going to a meal at the end of episodes, or coming from a meal at the beginning of episodes. That happens quite a bit, but we don't actually, it's not Breaking Bad. Okay, we're not sitting there for 5 minutes watching them eat the entire breakfast. Don't get me wrong, I love Breaking Bad, but god damn, some of those scenes took forever. Payoff was worth it, though. So, as for your other question, like power, yes, like Factory Town is essentially the last pollution-producing factory left. I mean, look at all the places that Ash and his friends travel. It's very naturey, it's very clean. The skies are all clear. There's zero pollution. In a world where technology is so advanced that you can take an 80-pound gigantic onyx and compress it down into a handheld ball, a place like that has to have some kind of clean energy. I mean, hell, there have been a few hydroelectric dams that have been, like, kind of part of the plot, so to speak. Or, hell, even very early on, that one water wheel that supercharges Pikachu, yeah, that's essentially hydropower. I mean, something like that is abandoned because it's so derelict, it's so out of date that they have much better technology. And hell, like, hydroelectricity would definitely be the first thing, the easier thing, because it's just, okay, well, let's make sure everything is sealed up properly and go, and then we'll work from there. Then we can start working on solar energy. Then we can start working on safer wind energy. And so on and so forth. Until eventually it's just, hey, we don't need these coal-burning plants that put off a ton of oxygen. We don't need to put the people who work there, well, work in the factories and work in the coal mines, we don't need to put their lives at risk anymore. We can be safe and we can be clean. Easy as that.
But in Pokemon, there's like a lot of manufactured things, so it's really curious, the things that they skip by. Just like I've never really seen a bathroom in any of the episodes. Just like I haven't seen a cow that people eat, or a chicken that people eat. I've always seen Pokemon, and I do believe that they have made reference to eating Pokemon in the show very subtly, but I know for a fact that they've made references to it in the manga. So the whole Coma theory about how Ash starts to lose touch with reality and animals disappear and instead are replaced with Pokemon isn't exactly true, because even in the game itself you don't encounter really any animals. I've never encountered a cow, I've never encountered any real animals other than just Pokemon. There's always talk, oh, there's fish in the sea and stuff like that, and there's bugs around, but never really just animals.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I mean, that's a good point. Maybe, I mean, yeah, I keep referencing other anime, but there's also Attack on Titan. Because in Attack on Titan, they have that ODM gear, the omnidirectional movement gear. I think that's what it stands for. I could be wrong, but essentially the whole reason for that to be created was because, well, the Titans can only be taken out by the nape of the neck. And, like, they're, anywhere from, 10 feet to 100 feet tall. Or, that's like 10 meters to 100 meters. American measurements mix them up, but Yeah. So essentially, the ODM gear was a necessity to be invented, in order to protect the people from the Titans. Now, in Pokemon, right, probably just like eating nothing but soybeans would be, well, kind of boring. So you gotta do something with them. You gotta make them look different. You gotta give different spices to create different flavors. And hell, maybe, I honestly don't know how soybeans exactly work, but maybe you can use, like, different soil to, like, give them a different initial flavor, and then do more things with that. Again, we're talking about a very, very advanced technological society. So, maybe it's not so much soybeans. Maybe they found a way to, like, manufacture meat without the need for hurting the Pokemon, or animals, or whatever. Maybe they create some type of meat without actually hurting any living creature, and maybe even without soybeans, or something like that. Again, this is fantasy action, not slice of life, so those little details are not exactly gone into.
So, again, what they eat on the show, questionable. That's a whole nother theory, though. So, the whole Ash Coma is questionable in itself. I don't know. It's a well-written theory, and I can only say that in the beginning, when Ash got his Pikachu and he got shocked for the first time, he probably would have died there and then. So, if anything, Ash is dead, and he's, his spirit is seeing all this stuff before he goes to hell and burns for being such a terrible Pokemon trainer. I've been ProtoMario, and I'm signing out, and I hope you guys enjoyed my take on the Ash Coma theory.
Burn in hell for being such a terrible Pokemon trainer. Okay, that definitely made me laugh. Now, I would absolutely agree with you. The whole Coma theory, well, it is very well thought out. It is very well written over, like, so much. I honestly don't think it's true either, because, I mean, yeah, like, unless while Ash is lying there, maybe Professor Oak kind of, hears about it and feels bad and goes to visit him a lot and starts telling him about all the different Pokemon in all the different regions. And maybe he only has, like one nurse, and that nurse is actually Nurse Joy, which is why he, like, every place he would visit, there's always a Nurse Joy. Maybe Officer Jenny is the one who found him while on patrol, and it was just one officer that happened to be named Jenny, or I forget I don't remember what her name is in the original. I mean, Ash's original name is Satoshi, which is why, especially right at the beginning, everyone calls him by his full name in order to match the syllables of the lip flaps. Satoshi Ash Ketchum. Yeah. But yet again, another topic for another day, but the whole Coma thing just has, too many inconsistencies. Because, you don't really see bathrooms, but then again, they're kids. You don't really want to see them going to the bathroom. And as for eating, there have been a few episodes where it's Chansey there was that one episode where Blissey brought out food and spilled it all over everyone, and that was an interesting bit of retcon episode thing, whatever. Anyway, I digress. Like I said, okay, there are times where either they're going to a meal at the end of an episode or coming from a meal at the beginning of an episode. There are certain episodes where it actually does show them eating something. It doesn't, take the time to show them to eat. And as for how the food is made, well, it's a very highly technologically advanced society, so they really don't have to hurt animals. Maybe they can actually create legitimate stuff by some type of cloning, but not cloning a living being, just cloning the actual flesh of something that maybe passed away peacefully. Yeah, there's honestly, the way I say it, there's too many flaws in the Coma theory for it to be legit. And hell, you don't you don't really believe it either. So, yeah. You have mentioned that Giovanni saves the world theory a few times. I'll have to check into that next time and see what that's all about. But in the meantime, well, I've got this to edit together. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, and I've got a Thoughtful Thursday to get to, so yeah, that's... things are definitely going to take a while, so I will see everyone in the next one. Now, if you have any ideas for a Wild Wednesday commentary, put it in the comment section down below. I'll give it a quick look and possibly do a Wild Wednesday on it sometime in the future. I'll see you there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't hit the bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.